I couldn't
Yeah.
log on. So, how are
Yeah.
you?
Good, good. How are you doing this morning?
Good, good. Let me just get a little better audio here. Hold on. I don't want to feedback. It's a little loud. How's that? Cool. So, what's happening? Where are you located, Harley?
I am in Houston, Texas, and the weather is a little miserable because it went hot again. So, there's that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
This was
I
kind of
get
a
wind
last
of
minute,
that.
so I'm meeting Taylor at iHeart, so she wasn't
Oh,
able to.
cool.
I just couldn't line it up to get her here. Just too
Yeah,
last minute, but um, so let's
oh,
roll.
good though. Oh, good.
Yeah. So
So,
how's
yeah.
my
So,
audio?
what's
Are you
up?
cool? What's that,
What's up,
hon?
guys? I'm Harley Roxx with Rock Rage Radio, your host for Louder Than Hell. I am here with Pat Gasparini from the Patrick James Band. What's going on?
Harley, what's happening? How are you? Pleasure.
Oh, I am
I follow your
good.
show.
Yeah,
It's pretty awesome. I'm excited for you and excited to be on
thanks.
here.
Cool. So I'll start with the basics. What made you want to get into music?
Oh man. Well, I was kind of born with a guitar in my hand. I started playing like a ukulele at 5 years old. My parents put it in
Oh,
my
wow.
hand, and my family's got drummers and a lot of musicians in my family, both sides of it. So I was kind of grew up around music, and basically I was singing and playing at 5 years old, just kept going from there and never stopped.
Cool.
It was just kind of
That's
in the blood.
Yeah,
Always did it for the
definitely.
love of
Yeah.
it, nothing else but the love of it, and it kind of just brought me around some amazing places. It brought me around the world a few times.
Sweet. Well, that's super awesome. So you have a new song with a new video coming out
Yes,
today,
that
if
is
I'm not
correct.
mistaken,
That is correct.
so tell me more about that. It's called Maker Man, right?
Correct. Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
dropping tonight. It's
And
premiering tonight at 8 o'clock. The song dropped. We did like a soft release, just on all the digital downloads a couple weeks ago, but we're really gonna
yeah,
start pushing it today, and the video will be released tonight, and we'll go to all
yeah.
access next week, and we'll start pumping it out on all the stations and
Awesome.
getting some action going on it and getting the
Dude,
ball
that's
rolling. So
exciting.
I'm excited.
Yeah, new videos are always awesome. I can't wait to see the concept y'all went for. So, that's going to be super, super exciting to see where that takes you guys.
Yeah, it's really a singer song, you know what I mean? It was just about
Hmm.
it's more of an acoustic type of vibe, and it's just about
Yeah.
the strength of the song, and I think we think it's came out really well. I'm excited for it. I know the
Nice,
last the
nice,
last duet that Taylor and I dropped together anyway, it did quite well. Made a lot of noise.
nice.
So I'm excited
Oh,
for that.
that's good.
I have a solo record coming out late summer. Taylor has a EP she just dropped. We have a duet
Hmm.
EP that's coming out. I have a lot of releases coming
Right
out.
on.
You know, um,
That's
as a
exciting.
duet and solo artist. So we're gonna be working a lot this year.
Nice.
So we're gonna be dropping
That's
a
super
lot of
cool.
music. Yeah. So
Awesome. Well, yeah, you know what to do. You'll definitely have to send us some of that so we can air it for you.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, where are you from originally? Or
I
where do
am
you consider
from
home right
I'm from New York. I live upstate New York now. I was born in a town called West Yonkers in Westchester. So
I
I
used to
wouldn't
go
say
to
I'm a
school
city kid
there.
because I really grew up in a country type area because where I live
Um,
is suburban. It's mountains and trees and stuff like that. But close
so,
enough to Manhattan. I cut my teeth in Manhattan. A lot of my music career kind of kicked off at CBGBs and Wetlands and Continental and the Limelight. Man, I played those places freaking constantly. So, but it served me well.
that's really cool.
Manhattan had a really robust music scene, and in New York, New York and LA, and playing South by Southwest a few times is like a really great music hub in Texas. And but
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, middle America, southeast, Midwest, is really the culture of where my music exists. But as a producer, I produce all types of records, so I kind of like spread my wings into a lot of different genres.
Mm,
And it kind of brings me all over the place. So
well,
that's
that's
kind
great.
of, I wear a few hats, and I'm very busy in all of them. So when I'm not putting my own records out,
Cool.
I'm producing and co-writing other people's records. That's kind of
Oh,
what I
nice.
do.
That's awesome. So, whenever you do play, like where you consider home, what's the music scene like there for you? Like, you get a
I
lot of
mean,
support?
the music scene is happening. It's just not, it's not, the live music scene on the East and West Coast is starting to grow again. I mean, there used to be, live music 7 nights a week. So I'm starting to see the culture come back. COVID really put a hit on a lot of things as well. And
Yeah,
some states were more structured than others, and it was harder to do shows. But the East, I mean, I'm not down on the East Coast because here's where I'm from, but we've rocked
yeah.
for many years. So I'm hoping it gets back to where it was, because it used to rock, a lot.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah, for
and
sure.
uh, and and that goes for the West Coast too. So I look at the whole U.S. as a platform for where my market is. But my market's Middle America. You know what I mean? That's where I sell records.
Cool, cool. So, you said you have plans for an EP coming out, for both of y'all and y'all solo stuff. Do you have plans for maybe an upcoming tour?
Yeah, well, we're excuse me, we're working on a little promo run for Maker Man right now. So we're going to do some radio shows. I have a show coming up, the Patrick James Band performing at Daryl's house in Pauling, New York,
Mhm.
March 19th.
Yeah.
That's our next full blown show. That's a
Cool.
great venue here in New York.
Awesome.
The band Hall and Oates, Daryl Hall. I'm sure you've heard of Hall and Oates, but
Yeah.
his show.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our neck of the woods here.
Mhm.
So we're going to kick off our spring run at that point, and we have Kansas, Boise, Idaho, Kentucky on deck, Atlanta, Carolina. We're probably going to do that little promo run, and then come back and do like some South stuff, and then hopefully we
Cool.
can get out and kind of a promo, kind of acoustic thing, just to get the buzz, go visit radio stations, getting
Oh,
some
of
ads
course.
on board, and getting this thing pumping. And then we plan to get out there and do some work.
Awesome. Well, that sounds exciting. Do you have a favorite song to play live? Like whenever you do,
I
full
have
blown
so many
shows?
favorite songs. Um, I have so many favorite songs. I have a great band that I'm blessed with, a kick-ass band. I mean, they're awesome. So everything we do live is just like, man, it's like, wow, this sounds so good. Um, because
Yeah.
I'm in the studio a lot. I'm in the studio constantly, so it's great to get out. It's that other side of that energy where you really need the people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would say like one of my most fun songs live is, there's a couple of them, but the one where we really get the crowd involved and interact is a song called Street Side Kid, and that's a fun song to play live. So we kind of like go back and forth with the crowd, and we let all the musicians kind of break in the middle and do their thing and do a little solo and have a little fun. So that's a fun song to get off
Cool.
on. Gets the place
Nice.
jumping. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's definitely. I mean, I see it a lot, because I do have a few featured artists who I, go out with them on their shows. Like we were in San Angelo this past weekend over at the Dead Horse, and it's just like insane. There was a mosh pit, so I'm like, that's the first time that's happened at one of the Motley Crue tribute shows. So I'm like, hey,
That's
so
cool.
cool. Yeah, the fans make it what it is, though. I'm sure you can relate to that.
Oh, absolutely. It's the energy
But
of, there's not a better feeling than getting that energy, from the crowd.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, kind of helps drive us, I think.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah. So do you have any crazy show stories? Anything wild happen?
Oh man. I mean, there's, it depends on what you define as crazy. Crazy becomes normal when you travel. um,
Yeah.
um, I don't have any crazy road stories. Well, I mean, I have a crazy story about, getting stuck over in your neck of the woods. We were
Oh,
from,
really?
going from, yeah, here's a story that's kind of crazy. So I'm on
Okay.
tour with Collective Soul and the Cranberries, right? And we're on an
Oh,
arena
nice.
tour. So we're leaving. I think we're going into Arizona. Going to Arizona, and we do a. Or maybe we're going. No, we're going to Arizona. That's where we're going. We leave Mexico. No, Texas. We're playing Stubbs in Texas. That's it. So we're playing Stubbs in
Oh, okay.
Texas, right? We know Stubbs, right? I'm sure you do, right?
Yeah.
So the bus breaks down, right? We get another. So we get this RV. We're trying to get to the gig. The shows are sold out. That breaks down. So now we're stuck, right? I think we're somewhere between, somewhere along the lines. It's 120 degrees. We're like, what are we going to do here? So we end up getting a U-Haul truck, and the four people, in a U-Haul, you can only get four in the front. So we emptied
Yep.
our trailer, the band, the crew in 120 degrees, and we drove 5 hours in a U-Haul truck to get to an arena gig. We pull in like not even like we're changing in the back of the truck full of sweat, and
Oh my
we're
God.
changing in a U-Haul truck to get our shit on stage. And that was like, I mean, I'm putting it mildly, because just imagine that. But there's no way
Oh
we're going to
yeah.
miss a sold out. There's no way we're going to miss a sold out arena show.
Yeah.
We're the opening act.
Oh.
It's not going to happen. And that was insane. So
Oh man.
I feel you when you say you're talking about the heat, because it's hot. Imagine being in the back of a box truck with no AC from where you are
Yeah.
to Arizona. So
Oh
that's a crazy
wow.
story. I say that's pretty wacky.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'll take it.
Insane. Anybody else would have not have done the show, but we're like, I'm always like,
Oh
man,
yeah.
unless we're in a hospital and can't get out of bed, we're playing. There's just it's just not
Right.
happening. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I think
that was nuts.
Motley Crue said it best. On with the show. Am
On
I
with the
right?
show. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Exactly.
On with the show.
It's like, oh, yeah. So do you guys have some merch people can buy?
Yeah. So my site is patrickjamesproductions.com, and it has links to
Mhm.
everything. There's a merch store
Cool.
online. We're going to be getting some new merch for this. I got to actually reload, man. But there's a merch store where you can make orders, and on all my sites and links. So you can go there, and we'll be carrying some merch with us as we do shows, and hopefully we'll get on some good summer and fall tours. Um,
Yeah.
and
Awesome.
that's it. PatrickJamesProductions.com. We'll be premiering Maker Man on my YouTube channel this evening at Patrick James
Awesome.
Band. What is that actual link? I think you have it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll post that link. Yeah. And
Yes. I'll
yeah, we'll be live here tonight too. We're gonna be live on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So
hmm
if you're around on any of our social tags, Taylor's
Oh
socials,
yeah.
my
Yeah.
socials, we'll be we're gonna flip the camera around, premiere it, and we may do an acoustic version of it. We never know. We'll have some fun with it.
Hey, that's cool. Cool, cool.
Yeah. So we're
So
excited. We've got a lot of new music coming out, and we're excited to kick this off. This is a follow up to Anyway, and this will lead up to our duet EP. And like I said, her solo record is out now. That dropped
Mhm.
like a month or so ago. Her single "Off Your Shoulders" is "Off Your Shoulder" is killing it right now. And
Awesome.
yeah, man, we got a lot of stuff coming out. So stay tuned. Watch all our socials. We'll be posting updates. Maker Man will be out. We'll be dropping stuff, consecutively, leading us up right to the summer. So we'll have a lot of great stuff
Yeah,
out there for
that's
you.
awesome. So tell me, how did you and Taylor meet?
Taylor, we met through mutual friends, a drummer friend of mine, who were very good friends with her and her family. She was actually working in my studio years back, but I was on the road a lot, so I had leased my studio out to some friends, and so she's kind of been around since she's a little kid. So
Oh,
she,
cool.
kind of met up with me, and I came on as her producer, kind of co-writer, collaborator, and helped her develop, her sound and build a catalog of music. And we've been working together. I work with multiple artists, but Taylor's been, my focused artist here for quite some time, and
Yeah.
she's crushing it. That's kind of how that
Awesome.
happened.
Awesome.
You know. So I was working on her stuff and getting her stuff set up, and then I don't know how it happened. We were here in my little home studio, and it started with the song anyway. And she started singing it, and I'm like, we really need to drop that. We started doing some duet stuff, and it started growing from there. So she has her solo
Cool.
thing, I have mine, and together we have this unique, cool thing, because we've been working together for quite a few years now. So we're kind of really locked in. And she's in a different genre of, we kind of cross over genres between pop, country, rock, R&B. Like we're
Mhm.
everywhere, but like when we do some
Cool.
stuff, when we do our music together, it's really really in the zone, wherever it may land as far as rock or pop we have some rock and stuff, some pop stuff, some country stuff. So, and
Cool.
we have a little variety of stuff that we're, you know what I mean? It's like, for me as a writer, I've been doing this for a very long time, signed my first deal in
Mhm.
94. I've been writing for a long, long, long time. And put my first
Yeah.
major album out in 98, and I like to
Nice.
spread my musical brain everywhere, to keep writing in the same genre. It challenges me when I'm writing different styles of music, and I think it's I learn from it constantly. So I am I'm a total student of all styles of music. To me, if it's good, if I hear it right here and I feel it here, I don't care what genre it is. So
Yeah.
for me as an artist, you know what I mean? I don't chase genres anymore, because now all the genres are kind of falling into each other. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
over. That's over. I
Definitely.
don't I don't you know what I mean? So I just like, if it's good and it's acoustic song, it's badass.
Yeah.
If it's a heavy song and it moves me, cool. If it's a
Hmm.
pop song or country or whatever it is, so I go for quality over quantity kind of thing. So
Yeah.
that's what's really unique now, because I've been doing this for quite a while, and put out records, the traditional way, the social media way, the digital way, from transitioning from, a big budget world to a digital world. It's been a big transition. But the bottom
Yeah.
line that doesn't
Definitely.
change, what doesn't change is great songs, great bands, and great music. So the world, the culture
True.
will change, but if you put out quality
Yeah.
music, you'll always find a new way and a new avenue to tell your story.
Oh,
That's
definitely. Yeah, and I see
that's
it a
it.
lot with like a lot of bands these days are like blending two totally opposing genres. Like I've seen somebody combine trap with metal and
Yeah.
obviously country with rock and you know, I mean even what Jelly Roll's doing, like, man,
Jelly Roll's
it's
killing it,
like
man, because
I
he's smart,
know,
because
I
he's
know.
crossing over everywhere. I've been doing this for a
Yeah.
while, actually. So you know,
Yeah.
um, but I don't really, when you just, when you get past that, like when you're first starting out in the business, everybody wants to know your lane and what are you and this and that, which is,
Yeah.
the business side of it, because I'm also a businessman, and I'm involved in a lot of the business of music. So I
Hmm.
get that you have to know where to kind of market someone, but to me, that is nonsense. You know what I mean? Because I feel
Yeah.
a great artist can sit on any bill. It's been going on for years, man. You'll see Snoop Dogg out with Limp Bizkit and Guns N' Roses. So it's just,
Yeah.
people have to have like an open. I mean, I feel like, because of playlists and the digital world that we live in,
Yeah.
the people are open. You'll see metalheads at country concerts. You'll see rockers at pop concerts. You'll just see a
Yep.
blend, and I think it's great. And here's the great thing. You want to know why? Because it
Mhm.
helps feed everything. It keeps you from graduating from a club band to a theater band to an arena band. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's a lot of crossover involved, and so I don't follow that traditional business guideline. I feel I like what's happening in the music world, where everything is kind of, you know, people are feeding each other as opposed to each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's just the way I
definitely.
see it. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it.
For sure. Awesome. Well, I always throw in one really random question. So I'll go with favorite superhero or supervillain for that matter, because find the villains are
Superhero?
kind of cooler these days, but
Yeah. I mean, I've always been a Spider-Man fan, so I'm just,
awesome.
I'm gonna
Good
roll with
choice.
Spidey, man.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm more of a, I guess you say like Deadpool, Harley Quinn,
Cool, cool.
anti-hero, anti-villain.
I see this
Yeah.
Hot Topic thing. I love the vibe. I did a Hot Topic tour.
Oh,
It was great. I did.
really? Oh,
Yeah, I did
wow.
acoustic set. I mean, we did it all over. We played a lot of markets, man. It was freaking awesome. We'd
Sweet.
go there in all the malls in the afternoon, and then boom, we'd hit it. Down south, we did that a lot in Florida, man. It
That
was
would be
great.
so
They should do
fun,
that
man.
again. Hot Topic used to do live
Yeah.
music,
For real.
concert tours and everything. They don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, the pandemic put a hit on a lot of things, but
Yeah.
hopefully
It
this
did.
year the doors are wide open, and
Hmm.
that changed the landscape for a lot of venues, promoters, man. I mean, it's a sad thing that,
I know.
I don't even want to get, it's a whole nother thing. I don't even want to get into it. But
Cool,
my
cool.
thing is that I hope a lot of bands get out there and get their music out and get on the road and bring live music, because I mean, we need it. People love to get
Yeah.
out. Zoom concerts, we were forced to do a lot of different things, are really great. They're cool, but nothing, I mean nothing, compares to being at the heartbeat and the pulse of a sweaty, kick-ass show. There's nothing that
It's
you can't
true.
feel
It's
that,
true.
you can't feel it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for sure. I'll be actually heading Sunday to the Papa Roach show.
oh,
They're
cool. Love that
doing
band.
the second leg of the Rockzilla tour, so got some of the homies opening up for them and Escape the Fate. So
Very
should be
cool.
fun. Be a fun
Yeah,
show.
that's gonna be great.
But yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
thank
Love
you
that
so
band.
much for joining me, and make sure everybody stays tuned tonight on y'all's YouTube channel for the video release of Maker Man.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
8 p.m.
exciting.
Eastern. Looking forward to seeing you all there. We'll be here live,
Awesome.
having some fun. Thank you so
Sweet.
much for having
Well,
us on here,
yeah,
Harley, and
no
I know your
problem.
affiliation with the Rock Rage Curtain Call folks are great people, and
Mhm.
they're crushing it too, and you
Oh,
are
well,
as well. So thank you for all your love. I appreciate it, and hope to
oh,
do it again soon.
yeah, definitely. Definitely.